Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel Bloom to Blossom. I haven't been on here for a while because it has been quarantine, but today I have a very good iced coffee recipe, and also you have seen the title, so you want a better social media life. Now first off, I want to talk about how we use social media and why we use social media and texting. What is it for and how can we make it better, essentially? There are a few steps to this that I've thought out personally and that was on my heart, and with that being said, I always need a drink in my videos. I made iced coffee, so with this recipe of making iced coffee, I also have a recipe to a better social media and texting life. So hopping right into the very first thing is I usually throw in the ice, the condensed milk and the coffee first. So throwing in that, it lets me think of what am I putting into my life? What am I putting in my heart and in my mind, and what I'm letting my eyes see as well. To me, what we put in will eventually come out. As we put in the coffee, we are making an iced coffee drink. So for me, what are we letting our minds think? What are we letting our ears hear? What are we letting into our hearts? Let's rather throw out all the bad stuff and see what's good and what can we put into ourselves. Just like this mixture of the coffee. What can you put in that essentially is going to make everything better? So for me, the next thing that I add into my drink is the milk. Now the milk for me is almost like a warm or a frothy or a cozy feeling. If you think of milk or white, or it's kind of cuddly in a way, and that just lets me think of a heart. So we just talked about the heart and throwing out what's bad. So let's talk about what is good and how can we protect or guard our hearts from the bad things. So I have a verse, Proverbs 4 verse 23, that says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything else flows from it. And also to list, if there is a list, well, you can ask me, well, what is the good things? How can I guard my heart? The Bible specifically tells us exactly what is right, what is good. We read in Philippians 4 verse 8, and that says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, lovely, and admirable. That's 5 things. And then it adds, if anything is praiseworthy, another thing, think about such things. Alright, so now our drink is almost ready to actually be drinkable. So the next thing that I'm going to add is actually the straw and the cap, and I am mixing it up. Now just like we don't just take a big gulp to know what it tastes like, we only take a little sip, just a little tasty sip. And that's usually quite slow, or not usually a big gulp. So for me, that represents taking it slow before we post and before we send or text back a message. How are we responding? The questions I usually ask myself is, why am I posting this? Why am I texting this? Why am I voice noting or Skyping or Zooming this specific person? Is it good? Is it bad? What is my motivation behind it? How am I treating that other person, and what do I want that other person to react to if I post something? How are they going to read into it? Because it's not directly being spoken to them. So they can misinterpret, or even you can misinterpret sometimes. I want to read you a quick quote that to me really just sums up all this, and I'm going to put it up here as well. Do you ever think about how weird reading is? Our eyes are able to scan these different symbols and construct the scenarios and concepts they describe in our minds. And these concepts have the power to twist our emotions and make us cry and make us laugh. And wow, reading is just weird. But I think it's one of the most beautiful things in the world. And to me, that really is true. Words can change everything about any scenario or any situation if we use it the right way. Now, the last verse that I'm going to put into this is James 1 verse 19. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Thank you for joining me in my videos. I really enjoy making them. I just want to end off with one last question before I gulp down all of the rest of this iced coffee, because it is my most favorite drink. And that question is, well, how are you going to take this mixture of guarding your heart, throwing out the bad stuff, letting in the good stuff, taking it slow, thinking before we type or speak or post, and think if it's really going to benefit the other person, and is it God honoring? How are we going to take that mixture and make it good? For me, I use my Instagram, my YouTube, and whatever I do, wherever I go, I try to use it for good. Thank you so much everyone for watching these videos. I do hope you did like it, so please like on this side, subscribe is a big red button if you haven't already, and put on those post notifications because I'm going to be posting a lot from now on and I can't wait to share content with you. And let me know in the comments down below if there's anything extra you would like to add to this list, or even things that I need to film for you. Anything. I really enjoy talking to all of you in the comments down below, so be sure to do that